Edmonton Oilers, here are their notable offseason additions. Duncan Keith and his 3 Stanley Cup rings. Warren Foegele. Free agent signings, a lot of interest in where Zach Hyman would end up. Cody Ceci, and they re-signed Tyson Barrie, Mike Smith, and RNH, a former first overall pick. Grimmer, what do you think of Ken Holland's moves so far?
I think on paper this group took a solid step forward, a bold step forward. I really do. I like the Hyman signing a lot. You know, it's really hard to envision that the likes of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, Hyman could actually add to their production over the course of the last couple of years or even perhaps beyond. But this is a guy that top-end guys love to play with because he can be an interchangeable part, even play either side, but he pries pucks loose. He separates players from pucks. He does the unsung and the kind of the hard-nosed things, goes to the hard areas and does the things that the uneducated, perhaps, hockey fan doesn't really appreciate, but top-end guys do. This, I think, to me, will be a really nice add for the Edmonton Oilers. It doesn't hurt this group, Panger, in my estimation, to add a little grit. That's exactly what Hyman brings, but a grit that can be very, very comfortable playing in a top 6.
Yeah, and we've got him on that graphic on the right side. He plays on the left side, or he had played on the left side, so he's a very versatile player. Warren Foegele coming over from, that's an underrated trade that was made by Kenny Holland. I think Fogel's a good forechecker. He's tenacious. He's a disciplined player. So I think that's real solid right there. But when we watched the highlights there of Zach Hyman, I didn't see anything gritty about that. I saw great hands, top shelf, under the bar, toe dragging guys. I mean, so he's got that, what you're talking about.
Averaged 60 points over the last 2 years.
And he's got, he's got some good mitts. Edmonton, they needed this. They needed this, and I think Tyson Barrie's contract is a very reasonable contract. Yeah. He's not going to win. He's not going to win the Defensive Defenseman of the Year award, Tyson Barrie, but you still need somebody that's going to be running the power play and the point on the power play. And Barrie's a real popular player there, and they didn't spend $6 million on him, and because then we would have been looking at it going, they paid too much for him, But they didn't. They paid $3 million. So they kept him intact. So I think this is a good move for Kenny Holland, and I think they're off on the right foot here. I think these are great compliments to their team, and starting with Zach Hyman, as you mentioned.
And when you say they needed this,
yes,
the Oiler fans who were so disappointed they were swept out of the first round, this clearly seems like steps in the right direction.